Welcome to The Newsworthy. All the day's news in less than 10 minutes. Fast, fair, fun, and on the go. Today, two men who worked for the president are now convicted of crimes, and one says Trump told him to do it. Plus, the new dating app for colleges and the animal crackers redesign. Those stories and many more in less than 10 minutes. I'm Erica Mandy. Today is Wednesday, August 22nd. You ready? Let's do this. Two big news stories today about the people who used to work for President Trump. One pleaded guilty, one was found guilty, but both were on the same day in courtrooms miles apart. So let's start with President Trump's longtime personal attorney, Michael Cohen. He pleaded guilty in court to campaign finance crimes yesterday. He admitted to making illegal payments to two women during the presidential campaign in 2016 to keep them quiet about alleged affairs with President Trump. And here's the key. He told the judge he did it because he was directed to by a candidate for federal office, referring to President Trump. In other words, he's saying Trump told him to break the law and broke the law with him. The court documents don't technically name President Trump, but Cohen's lawyer did when talking with media. Still, right now, President Trump is not directly named or charged with anything. And that's exactly what Trump's current lawyer said about this. Cohen also admitted to tax and bank fraud. Fox News reports part of his plea deal was not to challenge a sentence between 3 and 5 years in prison. And he may still cooperate with investigators more. His sentencing isn't until December. On the same day, another person who used to work with the Trump campaign was found guilty. The AP reports a jury just found Paul Manafort guilty on 8 counts of financial fraud. Remember, Manafort is the former Trump campaign chairman who went to a trial a couple weeks back. He's accused of hiding millions of dollars in overseas accounts, not paying taxes, and giving false info to banks. The jury could not decide about 10 of the 18 total counts against him, so it's a mistrial on those 10. But he was still convicted of 8 counts. No word yet on when he'll be sentenced. At a rally in West Virginia, President Trump said he felt badly for Manafort, but he made it clear those crimes happened before Manafort was involved in the Trump campaign. And the president said again there was no collusion between the campaign and Russia. Facebook says it found and deleted hundreds of fake accounts tied to Russia and Iran, and that they were trying to influence people around the world with that fake information. They were apparently targeting Facebook users in the US, UK, Latin America, and Middle East with a focus on swaying political opinions. And it's not just Facebook. Twitter also said this week it deleted hundreds of fake accounts tied to Iran. The social media companies and lawmakers are both saying progress is being made, which is a good thing, but more needs to be done. Although the companies and the lawmakers may have different ideas of exactly how to go about it. He was the last known surviving Nazi war crimes suspect in the U.S., and the country just sent him off to Germany. The New York Times says he lived in New York City for decades, that he got into the U.S. at first by lying on his immigration papers about what he did during World War II. Since then, he lost his U.S. citizenship years ago, but the U.S. could not find another country to take him, so he stayed. Until now. President Trump said he pushed for Germany to take him. And some experts say it's also a good talking point for Trump as he pushes for immigration reform. Murder charges were filed this week against an undocumented immigrant in the case of a missing University of Iowa student. CBS News reports her body was found this week, a month after the search started. And at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, protesters brought down a Confederate statue known as Silent Sam. Critics say it was a tribute to white supremacy, but the university said ruining that statue was unacceptable and dangerous. Italian actress and filmmaker Argento is now responding to accusations from over the weekend. She says the sexual assault she's been accused of never happened. Quick reminder, Argento was one of the first women to speak out and accuse producer Harvey Weinstein of sexual assault. She's been one of the leaders in the Me Too movement. But then the New York Times report found documents showing she paid off her own accuser, who said she sexually assaulted him when he was just a teen. Now, in a statement, Argento says the assault never happened, but instead her then-boyfriend, the late celebrity chef Anthony Bourdain, paid him off, but just so the other actor would stop harassing them. That basically, she says the accuser was trying to make money. Her accuser has not commented about any of this, at least not yet. All right, some other things people may be talking about today. It's usually called the last ice area because it's the thickest sea ice in the Arctic. But now the Telegraph reports that ice is starting to break up. Some say scientists may even have to change their theories about which part of the Arctic will last the longest as climate change gets worse. There's a new app trying to replace traditional business cards. TechCrunch says this one may actually be different than ones that have failed in the past. The reason? Only one person actually has to download the app. The other person just has to use a smartphone camera to scan a code, and your info could go into their phone just like that. It's called Hi Hello, and it gives you a QR code that has your personalized digital business card, and the other person scans that code. You then also can create different digital cards for different reasons, like a personal or work card, or one with a cell phone number and one without. We'll see if Hi Hello gets enough people on board to actually replace the physical business card. It's back to school time for many colleges and universities, so the Tinder dating app has something new for students just in time. It's called Tinder U. Mashable reports it'll be available to people with two things. One, an active .edu email account, and two, their location data shows they're on a college campus. Some are pointing out that Facebook is now getting ready to launch a dating feature, while Tinder is going back to how Facebook first started at universities. For the first time, the animals shown on the boxes of animal crackers are out of a cage and roaming free. The boxes used to show the animals behind bars and part of the circus. But the AP reports people for the ethical treatment of animals, known as PETA, asked the company to change it. So Nabisco and its parent company said okay and revealed the redesign. A zebra, elephant, lion, giraffe, and gorilla are now seen on the boxes roaming free. And that's it. Thanks so much again for listening. If you got value out of today's episode, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts or share this episode with your friends. And as always, if you want to read more about any of the stories we talked about today, just head on over to thenewsworthy.com, click episodes, and find today's date. You'll see all the story links I referenced. The Newsworthy is ready for you every weekday by 4 a.m. Eastern Time. So I'll be back with more news tomorrow. Have a great day.